Hello, firsties. You have done such a good job this week. I'm just getting this set up so we can do story time. So if you've gotten to this part, you either needed a break or you got all of your work done. And you just get to have a story at the end of the day like we always do. So I'm proud of you. I've been getting all of these good reports from your parents. I've been sending out all of these little stickers that move because I've been hearing what a great job you're doing. And I am so proud of you. So keep up the good work. Keep being so good for Mom and getting your work done and for listening and sending me pictures of what you're learning. It has been making me so happy to get to see you. Now, today's story is called The Case of the Cat's Meow. I don't know if there is a cat in it or what, we're gonna find out, but let's see what's going on in the case of the cat's meow. Snitch was yelling. He was pulling a wagon with a funny thing in it, and he was yelling. Wonder what's in his wagon. Let's see. Stop yelling, yelled his brother Wizard. Stop yelling, yelled his friend Skinny. Stop yelling, yelled his friend Tubby. Snitch stopped yelling. It was very quiet. The little noise in the wagon sounded like a loud cry. Meow. Ooh, that sounds like it could be a cat. But we'll have to see. Might be a cat, might be something else. There, in an old bird cage, sat Mildred. Mildred was Snitch's cat. I'm keeping her safe, Snitch said. Someone might steal her. Ah, who wants old Mildred, Tubby said. She's dumb. She's no fun, Skinny said. She makes too much noise, said Wiz. She's nice, Snitch yelled. I love Mildred. Nobody is going to steal Mildred, Wizard said. We are private eyes. We have our own clubhouse. We have a sign on the door. Nobody's going to steal anything. Take my word for it. We can catch anybody now, Tubby said. We have an alarm system. What alarm? Snitch asked. The alarm we just put in, Skinny said. Come here. Step over this string. Uh-oh. An alarm made by children in a clubhouse is probably something very silly. You guys could make an alarm probably outside on the tree fort. See, Wizard said, if anybody comes sneaking around here, they'll trip over this string, and that will put this pail of water all over their head. Then the string on the pail handle will ring this bell, and it will ring and ring and ring, Snitch cried, and will catch whoever wants to steal Mildred. Nobody wants to steal Mildred, Wiz said. Take my word for it. Snitch started to yell. Come on, said Wiz. It's almost time for supper. I knew it must be, Tubby said. I was getting hungry. They stepped over the string because nobody wanted to set off the alarm. When Snitch and Wiz got home, Mildred ran up the back steps. She ran in the little door, in the big door. That was her door. She's nice, Snitch said. I love Mildred. But did Mildred love Snitch? The next morning she didn't come when Snitch called her. He called and called and called. Wiz looked out the window. "Somebody stole Mildred!" Snitch yelled. Wiz yelled back, "Nobody stole Mildred. Take my word for it." But he came down in a hurry. He might want to see if there's a mystery to solve for his detective agency. It might be why he's interested. "I'll call Skinny and Tubby," Wiz said. "They'll help us find Mildred." "Somebody stole her," Snitch said, and he started to yell. The boys looked for Mildred all that day. "Has anybody seen a really annoying cat?" Tubby asked. Anybody see a cat?" Skinny asked. "She doesn't do much." "Anybody seen a really noisy, annoying cat?" Wiz asked. "Have you seen my cat Mildred?" Snitch asked. "She's soft, she's nice, and I love her." But he did not find Mildred. Nobody found Mildred. Nobody had even seen Mildred. Back at the clubhouse, Wiz said, "We are not very good private detectives if we cannot find Mildred." "But how can we?" Skinny asked. "I know," said Tubby. "Food. Mildred has to eat." You could be onto something. Food would make me come out of hiding. What about you? We love to eat in first grade, don't we? We're always having a snack. "That's a good idea," said Wiz. "Tonight, let's put food in the yard. If Mildred gets hungry, she'll come home." "She likes liver," Snitch said, "and strawberry jelly, but without seeds." "I like strawberry jelly too," said Tubby. So each of the boys brought some food. Would you want to come out for liver? I don't know if I would come out of hiding for liver. Maybe for strawberry jelly I would, but I don't think I would for liver. I've never even had liver. Ugh. Next day, they had cats all right. They had cats in the tree, cats on the roof, cats on the grass, and one cat sitting on a stone in the middle of the brook. But no Mildred. That cracks me up. Look at all the cats they got because they left food everywhere. "Our plan was no good," Wiz said. "How do we get rid of all these cats?" "I know," Skinny cried. "Dogs. Dogs will chase the cats away." "Yeah, but they'll scare Mildred away too," Snitch said. "Well, Mildred isn't here," said Wiz. But Snitch started to yell again. The boys brought every dog they could find on the whole block. Oh no. Look at all the dogs. I don't think Mildred's ever going to come back if she sees all of them. They got rid of all the cats all right. I like this story. It's funny. Do you like funny stories? I like funny stories too. But now they had dogs. They had dogs in the tree, dogs on the roof, dogs on the grass, and one dog sitting on a stone in the middle of the brook. And it took the rest of the day to take all those dogs home. Ay, ay, ay. After supper, Wiz called a meeting. "We gotta keep our eyes open day and night," he said. "Let's ask if we can sleep out in the yard tonight." They went to bed even before their bedtime. They liked being outdoors. It was warm. The sky was full of stars. And soon, each one of them was sound asleep. And that was when the out their alarm. Uh-oh, that means somebody's in their private detective agency because they're private eyes. Uh-oh. Wonder who's in their clubhouse. The bell rang and rang and rang. Whiz was up first, then Skinny, then Tubby got stuck in his sleeping bag, so he had to take it with him, jumping around. Whiz turned on his flashlight. That's funny. There was Snitch. I heard someone stealing Mildred, he said. You can't steal a cat who's not even here, yelled Whiz. But they all went into the house for the rest of the night. The next day, Snitch told them something. Last night, I put food in Mildred's dish and now it's gone. Whiz was mad because he had not thought of Mildred's dish. Look at Snitch standing there soaking wet because he set the alarm off in the private eye detective agency. But he had a plan. That night he put Mildred's dish on a cookie tin filled with flour. Whoever is eating this food will have to walk over the sprinkled flour, and their white feet will leave a trail that we can follow. The next morning, the food was gone, but there were white paw prints going down the steps. His idea worked. They did get paw prints. And you can see them. They might lead them to who's been eating all the food. Then the paw prints stopped. Ah, shucks, Tubby cried. The flour didn't last long enough. And Snitch, as usual, started to yell. What are we going to do now? Skinny asked. We're going to try again tonight, said Whiz. And we will lock Mildred's door. Why? Asked Tubby. 'Cause that cat is so noisy, Whiz said. She'll cry if she can't get in, and then we'll hear her. And the case will be solved. Then we'll be private ears, said Skinny. Not private eyes. Get it? Skinny thinks if they hear Mildred, that makes them private ears. And he wants to be private eyes because he thinks that he wants to see. He wants to see Mildred. That's cute. Kind of like if we say spring is around the corner, it doesn't really mean a real corner. We're going to have a silly reading book about that coming up. That night, the boys met on the porch. Now let's keep our eyes open, Whiz said. They went to bed early, but the night was warm and the sky was full of stars. And soon, those private eyes were fast asleep. If their private eyes are asleep, I wonder if their private ears are going to work. Meow! What was that? Tubby whispered. Just an old cat, Snitch said, and he started to go back to sleep. A cat! He shouted. It's Mildred! She's found! Whiz turned on his flashlight. It was Mildred, all right. But she was going away. Meow, she said as she left. Oh no, I wonder why she's leaving all the time and not staying with the boys and staying in her home and her cozy cat cage. I can't remember his name. What was his name? The little funny one. Help me remember. What was that little guy's name, class? Now I can't find it. Snitch. Snitch, he's probably sad because she keeps leaving and it's Snitch's cat. Follow that cat, Wiz yelled. So down the steps they ran, over the grass and into the clubhouse. Mildred was one jump ahead of them. One more jump took her over the string. The string, that was part of the alarm. Some alarm, Wiz said. It sure doesn't catch cats. Each boy stepped over the string. Mildred jumped into the basket in the corner. Where's Mildred? Cried Snitch. I brought her supper. The case is solved, said Wiz. I told you no one stole her. Snitch ran over to the basket and he started to yell again. Snitch likes to yell, doesn't he? Mildred has kittens! Oh, I want one, Tubby cried. Me too, said Skinny. Don't forget me, said Wiz. But Snitch had his arms around the whole basket. Tubby said, Mildred was dumb, Snitch said. Skinny said she was no fun. Wiz said she made too much noise. Well, they had said those things. But right then, they changed their minds. Mildred was nice and they loved her. So they waited for the kittens to grow old enough to leave their mother. When they were old enough, Snitch gave a kitten to each private eye. This is one case I'm glad we solved, Skinny said. It's lucky, said Tubby, we're such good private eyes. Well, the alarm didn't help us. Snitch was the only one who ever got caught with it, Wiz said. Mildred will take care of us now, said Snitch. Look at those cute kittens. They're so cute and little. Not my cat, said Tubby. Not my cat will, said Skinny. My cat won't, said Wizard. You can take my word for it. And Snitch was yelling again. Did you like the cat's meow? That's the end of it. I thought it was silly. And I like how Snitch got caught in his own alarm. I think that's very funny as well. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's story time. I'll see you in another video soon. Toodaloo, kangaroo.